That'll
Hello.
work.
Hello. How are you doing?
Pretty good. And you?
Yeah, I'm good too. First of all, I want to say congratulations on the win as well, and taking the time
Thank
to
you.
talk to me. Um, okay, let's get into it. Uh, First of all, I wanted to just kind of talk about the drafting as well. What was sort of the game plan heading into the series against Fnatic? Did you have a specific sort of draft in mind that you guys wanted to try out?
I mean, we just kind of drafted like for strong 3v3s in both sides. So we played Volibear 2 games, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And we also thought they were going to have higher priority on it because we also had some stuff prepared against it, but it looks like we didn't have to pull it out
Yeah.
because I think Volibear was banned against Fnatic quite often. Um, so yeah, I was a bit surprised with their first pick Rumble in game one, I believe. We didn't really account for that one, and the flex pick. But I think the flex pick didn't really work since it was kind of like their blue side, so they can't flex it to last.
Yeah.
And also, I think he wasn't particularly good on the pick, so yeah, we kind of got away with it pretty free because we were kind of first timing the matchup. So it sounded a bit scary in theory. They could have just dove us and stuff,
Yeah.
but as soon as we survive early, I think the game just ends. And then game two, I got to went for Jinx Thresh because it seemed like pretty good in like 4-5,
Mm-hmm.
and we already had Volibear again, so Thresh pretty good with that. And yeah, turns out it was pretty solid game.
Awesome. One of the common trends that teams have when they face against you guys is always first ban one, ban two is always Draven Kalista. Is this something that gives you guys a lot of freedom when it comes to the big ban phase? Because you guys know that Hansama is just gonna eat two bans on his own right at the very
Yeah,
start.
and for sure it helps a lot because preparing for their drafts is much easier because they usually have 2 locked bans.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I think I mean, I guess usually when we get Draven, we just win. So makes sense. I guess the one game we got Kalista, we lost that one.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not sure how long people are gonna keep doing it, but it definitely is easier for us to draft when they only have like 1 ban, so we can like kind of predict or like we can at least talk about scenarios depending on what ban they do.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty neat.
Awesome. You're also the one of the only teams right now that's running Rek'Sai top as well. Can you talk me a little bit on this sort of theory on why it's been working for you guys and why other teams haven't sort of picked up on this sort of tech as well?
Yeah, I'm not really sure why people don't play it as much as we do because I think it's just like a very simple, pretty strong tank champion that just like wins lane. It's very hard to actually like snowball against Rek'Sai. She's like pretty safe, can push like most matchups, just hard to kill. Like even when I was first time against solo queue, I was smurfing, so that must mean it's very fucking easy. Oh, sorry. And then yeah, I don't know why people don't do it. Maybe they're just a bit close-minded,
Interesting.
but yeah, usually fits in a lot of comps as well.
Interesting. You guys are playing on 14.6 this round. 14.7 is coming up, which means the changes to Rel are coming in as well. So she'll be back to just support as like the main focus. Jungle Rel is out. Does that affect your flexibility of G2 in any way? Because you guys, you and Yike, you like to sort of juggle where that Rel goes. Is this something that
Yeah,
you guys are considering as well?
I mean, yeah, I guess for MSI that patch is gonna be hitting, so it could be. I mean, it's for sure gonna be different because Rel is like pretty strong, mostly because of the flex pick.
Yeah.
But I also don't mind just playing it for myself. Nowadays, yeah, I get it a lot, but I want to play it as well at some point. But then again, every time I played it, I kind of lost, I think, or most of the games. Specifically against Rogue. I'm 0-2 against Rogue with Rel, so
Ah.
that is I have to keep in mind that I don't pick Rel against Rogue next time.
Now you gotta change that narrative. You gotta
Yeah,
keep picking it against them.
it's true, yeah. Eventually we'll win.
Eventually, you know. Okay, so G2 Fnatic is a classic matchup, of course, across all iterations of the organization's different rosters. You know, you guys been playing for years against each other. Do you have any like sort of specific expectations when you go up against a team like that? Like, do you guys, or do you just approach it like any LEC team?
Mm, I guess it depends, but sometimes we put a bit more detail or effort into the preparation
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like a hype matchup, and we also respect Fnatic because they always usually do well.
Yep.
Um, so even in the comms, every game feels like we're just like talking about every possible scenario. Especially today, I feel like we talked about everything. Like the communication was very good
Mm-hmm.
throughout both games. We didn't really give them that many openings as well. So I guess the games just feel more serious. Everyone is more hyped because also the game is more hyped. Like for example, when uh, when I ganked mid in the game one with Nami,
Yeah.
when Cape just flew at him and I threw my E and then we killed Oriana,
Yeah.
he was like screaming, "Nice!" Usually he doesn't like. Usually he doesn't do that, you know. Usually he's like chilling, like, "Yeah, good job."
Awesome.
This time he was very hype.
Awesome to hear. Okay, so in the offseason, you guys were the only EMEA team to not make a single roster change, um, which speaks volumes about the level of confidence you guys have in terms of your roster as a whole, because you guys think, obviously, that, whatever you guys have is working. What do you think separates G2, this current iteration of G2, from the rest of the EMEA teams?
Mm, I mean, I think we just have the best players in every role, but also I think I have to give big credit to our coaching staff. I think our coaching staff is much better than everyone else in Europe,
Yeah.
at least from hearing about how other people work, and also me working with a lot of different people as well in the past. I think our current staff members are pretty insane at their jobs, so it also makes our lives much easier, and they also hold us accountable when we start slacking or get a bit too overconfident, which happens a lot in our team. The ego can be deadly sometimes.
Awesome.
But yeah, I think most of the time, I think it's just mostly about being open-minded, which we are,
Yeah.
and just good at the game. Like that's pretty much the main things.
I see, I see. So, speaking on that confidence though, like, how's the confidence level like heading into MSI? Because obviously you guys have locked it in from winning winter playoffs. So, how's the preparation like going, and what are you guys' expectations going, like heading into MSI?
I mean, I'm very excited to go there and actually see how we do this time around because I felt like last year we were really unprepared.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this time around, with Duff coming in, I think we actually got much better in like all aspects of the game, just like as a team.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like we're gonna have a way better chance playing against the Asian teams because now we're playing kind of similar to them,
Yep.
at least like mid to late game. Early game is still like a bit of a flip, but I think usually we can fix our early game pretty easily, and usually we have good plans or good talks and conclusions around it.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm quite confident, and I think the expectation would be to, at minimum, win the best of 5 against the Asian team, as I did already last year.
Yep.
Last year was like a little bit delusional because I wasn't aware how bad we are,
Yeah.
but now I'm aware how bad we were. So at the very least, it can be worse,
Yeah.
and I think we can win it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Interesting. I also want to talk a little bit about you yourself. From what I've seen, you've been playing for about 10 years now. This would be your 10-year anniversary. You first
Really?
bottled
Season
water
six. Okay,
2014.
that doesn't count.
That
Season
doesn't
six. I
count.
sta-
Yeah. Okay.
Season
So
6 I joined. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, almost
yeah,
done.
almost. Yeah. So coming on 9 years, then, could you speak a little bit on sort of your what remains as your motivation for competing at this highest level? Your driving factor personally?
Well, personally, winning worlds is still something I haven't achieved, so that is the main motivation.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I guess the other one will be that if I'm not playing League, I don't know what else I would be doing.
Yeah.
So I kind of got only this one thing going on, so I might as well do something with it. I might as well win.
Interesting.
But yeah, winning is a big motivation.
Awesome. And again, you've been playing for 9 years now. Do you still consider yourself the best support in EU? Like, what do you think separates yourselves from the rest of the supports in this region?
Mm, Currently, I wouldn't say so. Maybe if you count all years together, you could make a case. But then again, I feel like it's quite hard to judge supports or like their level because I think it's
It's a lot of
sometimes it's not
individuals.
very apparent.
Yeah.
But if you're winning, you're usually gonna look good. If you're losing, you're probably gonna look bad.
Yep.
And then I guess some players can make the team lose. Like sometimes I int very hard and I almost make my team lose, like in the final last split, for example.
Yeah.
I guess Hill is another example, but also I think we're pretty good at finding some crazy players that can just win the game solo as well.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I don't know. I mean, I would probably put myself at least like top 3 for Europe,
Yep.
but I think, yeah, much more than that. I think it's hard to judge. I
Okay.
think it's, yeah, I think actually you need to have quite good game knowledge to actually see what the supports are doing on the
Yep.
map to see if they're good or not. So yeah, and it's also way different for every team, right? Like depending how much of a job support does around playing around bot lane or just like playing around vision, how to do it, all that stuff. So yeah,
Okay.
like I'm not gonna go around solo killing people like a solo laner. So,
Of course not. Of course. Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay. All right. Final question. Um. I just wanted to keep this a little relaxed as your final question. Do you happen to have a favorite champion in League of Legends? And what would be your favorite skin for that champion, if you when you do play it?
Hmm. Good question. It used to be Gragas because I could play it in every role and I was really good at it.
Yep.
That kind of shifted. I kind of got bored of Gragas.
Yep.
So nowadays when I play, I really like playing Jace. And I think I also mostly play Jace because he has a really cool skin,
Yeah.
which is Obsidian Jace, and the
Yeah.
black chroma is so fucking cool.
Ooh, that's nice.
So probably that one, yeah.
And Zeus is coming out with another J skin as well, so you got actually
Yeah, I
multi
guess
ways
yeah.
to play it. Yeah.
True.
All right. Thank you very much, Mickey. Good luck in your next
Thank you.
games, and hopefully I get another chance to talk to you again. Best of luck.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.